What's up, divas? It's your girl April, and what's up, Devo? So today's video is just a get ready with me video. It's basically showcasing this curly hair, a before and after. So in case you're wondering, where did I get this fabulous hair? I actually used hair from the Isis collection, which is their raw Peruvian bohemian curl hair. I made this into an actual full wig, so it doesn't have like the closure that you can part. It just has the regular old school circular closure, which came free with the bundles. I did get a regular closure from Isis, which was the Peruvian bohemian, but I really wasn't like a huge fan of the closure. So this is the closure that you can get off the website. I wasn't like a huge fan of it because it has like the stitching, so you really don't have anywhere to part but right in the middle. It's still usable, and I'll probably will use it for another curly unit or this hair because I have hair left. But I actually didn't make a video of this, of me making this wig. It's on a dome cap. There's no combs in it. It was never cut, like, you know, I didn't have to cut anything. It's just a regular wig. You can't part it anywhere because there's no parting room for it, but it's a really beautiful texture. I did cut it and layer it. The hair is really, really pretty. I decided to take the wig off of my website because this was a wig for sale. I had made it for sale and it was called Tatiana, but being that no one purchased it, I decided to keep it because I really liked it. So I will make another one that will go on my website. So in case you're wondering about my website, you can check out goingwiththewindwigs.weebly.com, and I'll post all the information below. I do make customized wigs, which means that if you want a custom wig made, you can always send me your own hair and I can make that for you. There is a fee, of course. And also I do have in stock wigs because I do make a lot of wigs. I do order hair, so I do have styles available from U parts to full closure wigs. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. All the products will be listed for you guys below. Let me know what you think of this hair, okay, as well as the makeup look is inspired by just purple, you know, like Prince or whatever. I just like purple. So yes, so stay diva and divalicious. I hope you have a great week. Bye. Welcome back to my channel, ladies, and thank you for viewing this video. For a full eyebrow tutorial, you can check my YouTube channel out for that. I just posted one up and it's called Tutorial Eyebrows on Fleek Flawless, so you can check that out, and I'll also post a link below. And for this eye look, I'm going to be using my Milani eyeshadow primer. I wasn't like a huge fan of this primer until recently. It really does work good. It's not so thick like other ones. I do like the thicker consistency, but this one works great. This is my Sun Tegrity, and this is just an SPF moisturizer, but it is tinted, so this is like the darkest color. It really does give a great color. I usually will use like the Olay Set Total Effects, but I'm going to be using this. And if you see someone in the doorway there, that is my lovely daughter and my little grandson, Nugget, or Lord Cameron as we call him. And he is now 3 months old, and he is just like the joy of my life. That's my little baby. So say hi to Cameron, everyone. He's gonna make his special debut, and you can see, I think he feels like I'm funny looking because whenever I get a hold of him, he's always laughing and smiling and giggling. So I say to him, you think I'm funny looking, you think Gigi is funny looking. But he is such a sweet baby and I love him so much. This is my second grandson, and he said I am going to make my appearance. So there he is in his total awesomeness. And if you want to follow him on Instagram, you can do so. His Instagram name is Lord_Cameron 2015, but I'll post his information below. And yes, he does have a Instagram, Lord Cameron. And look at him, he is so happy, and I don't know what it is that I do or say to him, but he just cracks up every time. So that's why I always say, am I funny looking? Gigi's funny looking. So I'm going to go ahead and even my eye tone out with my Milani pressed powder, and this one I think is in the color tan. This is like a great transition powder that I'm using right here, which is my Loreal True Match, and this is in the color Cocoa. I use this for contouring, but I love to use this for a transition powder or eyeshadow on my lids too, because it really does great. The Sonia Kashuk brush is awesome. This palette is so old. This is the 26 Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette. I love it. I forgot I actually had it. So I'm taking like a little bit darker brown, and then I'm going to go into this light pink, and with this peach I'm going to kind of blend them together, and I'm going to put that on my lower lid. And it's more of a matte color. I do believe every color in that palette is matte. There are some missing colors because I dropped it a couple of times, but it's really a great eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to apply that color to my lower lids on both eyes using my Sonia Kashuk brush. And then I'm going to take my crease brush, which is by Sedona, and I'm going to take these two purples right here. And the first one I'm going to use is like the lighter purple, and I'm just going to go ahead into my crease and sweep back and forth like windshield wiper motions. And you want to use that, you can use a different kind of brush, but I'm going to use this crease brush. And now for this kind of like dark plum look, I'm going to go over that. It kind of helped darken it out, and I'm going to go ahead into that same portion of my crease and back and forth and a little bit over that pinkish peach eyeshadow that I actually use. I really don't think you need to blend them both in the pink and peach, but it gave like a different color for me. So I'm going to use my True Match L'Oreal, that facial powder. I'm just going to go ahead and dab my brush a little bit more because the purple got on top of that, and I want a little bit of that on top of the purple, and that's that L'Oreal True Match. I said I love the transition. This is a Matisse Elite eyeshadow, which is kind of like a frosty off-white eyeshadow that I'm using here. And I'm just going to use that for my brow bone on my brow highlight. I'm not going to use a lot. Now to make my liner or my winged eyeshadow, or eyeliner rather, I'm using the Benefits, their real, or the push-up liner. This stuff is phenomenal. It's 25 bucks, but if you really can't make a great winged eyeline, then I suggest trying this Benefit pencil or Benefit eyeliner out. It works like awesome. So I'm going to make them super thick because that's the look that I'm going for. And like I said, the actual Benefits push-up liner is bomb. Now into my Coastal Scents Camouflage or palette, I think that's what it's called. I'm going to use this to kind of lighten rather the dark circles under my eyes with this Coastal Scents brush here that I have, that I've had for years and never used it. So I found a great usage for it with this here. Now onto my Beauty Blender sponge, which I absolutely love, and this here is my Flowers Cosmetics foundation, which I am in the color LF10. I'm also going to be using my Fashion Fair Souffle or Perfect Finish in color Honey. Along with that, my Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation in color Tan. This is going to be my first concealer, and that is the MAC Studio and the Glamoflauge by Hard Candy. I'm using 3 different foundations because my MAC foundation ran out. So the first one here, which is Flowers, it really doesn't give that great of a color coverage. Like, it's a very, very light coverage. Not that great at all. I really don't even think I need to use it, but I do. And I'm going to be using that with my Beauty Blender sponge. This Beauty Blender sponge is a must-have. You can only get this at Ulta. I'll put the name of it below. It is like the bomb. Like, seriously, this is the best Beauty Blender I've ever had. Now for my Fashion Fair, you only really need a little bit of this at a time because it will actually wipe off. When I say wipe off, it's very thick. You don't want it transferring, rather, not wipe off, but transferring onto clothing. So you have to go light with this. It's a very, very heavy duty foundation, meaning that the coverage is full. Now it's kind of reddish on my skin, so I'm going to take the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation, which is in like a tan beige, and it's a little bit more closer to my skin, and I'm going to put that over it. So it gives me like this perfect, flawless skin finish. And now I'm going to be using my concealer under my eyes with the Beauty Blender sponge. The Beauty Blender sponge has 3 different shapes to it. It's a flat bottom, a round, and then the pointed top. And I'm telling you, it's like $7 or $5.99 actually at Ulta, and I freaking love it. It's an orange color. Now for some highlight, I'm going to be using Hard Candy's Glamoflauge, and I'm only using this because I actually ran out of my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, but this works just as well. You don't need a lot of this because this is heavy duty concealer, so it's awful thick. So you only want to use a little bit. And I tell you, this Beauty Blender I use with everything. for my whole entire face, and it really actually makes a big difference. I've noticed that with my makeup opposed to using the brushes, as well as the time. The time is much faster when I'm using this beauty blender sponge, so I am so happy about this one. I finally got me a new one that I'm absolutely in love with, and I'm gonna go pick me up another one. Now to contour my cheeks, I'm using a jumbo fan brush from Sedona Lace, which I love, and I'm also using that L'Oreal True Match Color and Color Cocoa, and that's the same color I used on my eyelids. Now, onto my nose bridge, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fashion Fair foundation stick, and this is in a color, I think it's Honey 2 or something like that, but I'll put the color below, and I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk's contouring brush to sculpt my nose and give it some style and flair. Next, just a little bit more contouring because I think I needed just a tad bit more. You know, never hurts. And now onto my lower lid, I'm going to go back into that lighter purple and place that onto my lower eyelids. And just a little bit more. I love the way this color or this eye look actually came out. I'm going to go ahead and take my Milani pencil and use that for my lower lids. I don't really use this on my top lids just because it's just a lot easier for me to use like a cream eyeliner. Now my new YSL mascara, which was actually sent to me by Frostbite, I think. It's this place that sends you out free gifts if you want to do a review or you just tweet about them. I love this YSL mascara. It is like, if Influencer, that's who sent it to me, Influencer, and they send out like all different kind of products, and all you basically have to do is tweet about them. Now to set my makeup, I'm going to go ahead and use my Milani pressed powder along with my Eco 2s or Eco 2s kabuki brush, which I love, and Style Demon blush by MAC is one of my favorite. It gives me some color to my cheekers, so I really love that, and using the Sedona jumbo fan brush is awesome as well. This is a great brush. Now this is just a cheapo lip liner by NK, and this is in the color Plum. I'm going to use that for my lips. And I'm going to be also using Milani's matte Glam, and it actually is not that color. It shows it really weird on camera, but it's more of a plum color because that's the reason why I paired it with that lip liner. So this is the finished look for the eyes. Of course we have to do the hair, and here it goes. This is actually a unit that I made using Isis Collection hair, and this is their raw Peruvian weaving hair, and it's the Bohemian curl. I made this actually on a dome cap. It's no closure. It's just one of those old school crown closures, which is sewed in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and take out these little bit of curlers. I did like to leave out a little bit of my own just in case the wind blows. I'll leave out a little bit of my hair, but it's really not necessary. There's no part in this wig. I actually layered it, cut it. It was on my website for a while for sale, but no one purchased it, and I'm glad they didn't because I actually love this unit. I've been wearing it a lot lately. I cut it a little bit more because I did have it kind of layered long in the front, and I decided to cut a little bit different. So I hope you enjoyed the video and stay diva and divalicious.